welcome back to today's morning show. Of course, my name is Nathalie Uku, and this show reaches you live from Coal City, Enugu, Nigeria. And now the world may have moved on talking about security issues across West Africa, but we cannot forget this great, impactful, significant political figure. Now, we'd all recall that Senator Okey Ezea, who represented Enugu North Senatorial District, recently passed away. His son, Jideofor Ezea, announced in a statement that the senator died at a private hospital in Lagos after a brief illness. Ezea was known for key legislative efforts, including sponsoring the bill to establish the Federal College of Agriculture, Adani, championing the creation of Adada State, and advocating for a military base in Uzo-Uwani to curb recurring herdsmen attacks. A notable political figure, he was also reportedly a founding member of the APC in Enugu State in 2013. Until his passing, he remained the only Labour Party member from Enugu State in the National Assembly, following the defection of other lawmakers to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Now joining us to discuss, this is member representing Igbo-Eze South constituency in the Enugu State House of Assembly, Honorable Harrison Ogara. You're welcome, Honorable Ogara. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
It's quite a tragic one.
Yes.
And like I told you, when I invited you yesterday, you were quite significant, very significant in this conversation, because not only did you interact with him frequently, but you also share his ideals. I understand that now you are basically the only Labour Party member in the Enugu State House of Assembly.
That's correct.
So your story is unique in this narrative.
And huge.
Huge. What was your immediate reaction when you heard about his tragic passing?
Thank you. You invited me earlier to be in this studio. I could not stomach the pains of his passing, and I failed to appear because I wouldn't want to appear here and become so emotional, such that people in the world will begin to see me as a weakling. His passing was a huge blow unto me, personally, because over time I had always spent time with him, quality time, and we have discussed a lot of issues, shared a lot of ideas on how to make our immediate environment better. And he had so many ideas on what to do. But all of a sudden, I didn't see death coming in any way, in any form. The next I heard was, he's dead. And it was like the whole world has collapsed. It was a shocker. And may he still rest in peace.
All right, Oji, go ahead.
Did that moment reveal anything to you? The weight of his passing, his absence. What did he reveal to you?
His passing and his absence, two things are key. As humans, we are ephemeral. We are fleeting. We are like shadows. We are like clouds. Whatever you are planning to do, and it is time to go, you leave. And so, for me, do the best you can while sitting on the can. No excuses. Don't waste time, because tomorrow might be too late. And so, his exit was such a sharp experience. I now discovered that if you find yourself in a position of authority, do the best to make people who live with you happy, or those around you.
Honorable Ogara, what stood out to you the most about his leadership style and philosophy?
His passion for his people. His quest for good governance. His quest for equity. His quest for justice, and taking care of those who are around him. He may not be perfect, but I think if you are a social media student, you would have seen the flurry of praises, even from those who ordinarily did not offend ignorance of what he was doing, praising him.
Okey Ezea is an Iroko, an elephant in the room.
Yes.
Yes. in respect of defection, he remained in LP,
Yes.
such as you two. What influences did you draw from this man?
I have stayed for so long a time with Okey Ezea. Even when I was in active journalism, I remembered he, as an accomplished lawyer and a businessman, he stepped into politics in 2003 when he felt that we can't be standing by why the economy of the state is going down, why the living standard of people are steadily going down, nosediving, when people are not given good leadership quality. And they said, let me step in and see if we can do a leadership recruitment exercise that will reflect the ideas of the people. And I was then a publisher. So I was going with him. During the 2003 election, when there was this attack on Honorable Fidel, we were together. And we were just about 5 minutes away from the point where the shooting started. And we had to do a retreat. So since then, I've worked with him.
That was during General Kendamani.
Yes, yes. And I've always learned, he is my senior with some few years, but I think our ideas, there's this cross-fertilization of ideas we shared. Yes.
So let's talk about his legislative, or what some may say the developmental strides of his while he was alive. Which of these strides would you say impacted Enugu State the most, particularly his constituency?
A lot. As soon as he went into the red chambers of the National Assembly, he moved for the restoration and the recreation of these roads from Makurdi to 9th Mile, because commerce and industry came to a halt. Movement from north to the southern part of the country was stalled. So he moved in, and to the glory of God, the federal government and then the Minister for Works listened to him. And as we speak, that road is a critical road in the economy of the southeast and even the northern part of the country. Is being fixed now. While he was there, he attracted a federal orthopedic hospital, cited Atako in its local government. And that contract, that business or that project has been on, but curiously, the federal government only released 100 million for that project, and no dime had been released for that project till now. Now he stood up in the National Assembly and brought the bill for the amendment of Agricultural Research Council, which now incorporated the establishment of a federal College of Agriculture in Uzo-Uwani. You mentioned it earlier. And then, among other things, he had built solar-powered boreholes in almost all the local governments in the Enugu North Senatorial District. He has empowered people and a whole lot of others. But the bottom line is that our voice was never missing in the National Assembly. He gave us a voice.
That's right. Now, we understand that he was championing the Adada State initiative, as some would call it, and of course the military base as well. But let's talk about Adada State. Now, he was a central voice in this.
Yes.
How would this progress in his absence?
Yeah. You see, we as a people, we believe in Eze Kunye, Eze Nochie. Yet, his exit was a huge blow. But we have other soldiers, people like Chief Nyangodo, Chief James Sugu, and other members of the National Assembly who are in the House of Representatives championing the cause. It was as if he was doing it alone. But as the arrowhead of the project in the National Assembly, the other ones who are following him have taken over. Yesterday, they were there in Abuja, still talking about it, interfacing with National Assembly members on the need for the creation of Adada State. Adada State is the most viable of all the requests. It's the only state request that met all the criteria as espoused in the Constitution.
At the risk of turning this into some kind of political state creation debate, some people have been pushing firmly for Anyoma states, Nnamdi being at the forefront of that agenda. But you say now that Adada is the most viable idea.
Without sounding immodest.
Right. What about the other states?
Understand the dynamics of
state.
Understand the dynamics of the state creation request. Yeah. The National Assembly said they are going to give one state to the southeast. Anyoma is in the south. So I don't know where that Anyoma is coming from.
But it's meant to connect the southeast. It's not going to be a south state. It's going to be a southeast state.
No. Don't twist the narrative. Don't twist the narrative.
If you cross over the rivers.
Even if you get to the Anyoma, you still have the naysayers. You see people who say they are not Igbos, even though their names are Okechukwu, Ndoka, and Ikechukwu. Yes, they speak Igbo.
We know where all this stem from. It's from the Nigerian Biafran Civil War, just trying to protect themselves as their fathers, told them to do.
No excuses. You want to protect yourself so as you don't be killed. And the author of claiming who you are. That is absurd.
The first rule of life is self-preservation.
No. Some of us who fought. Why didn't we say, no, we're no longer Igbos? So you are Igbo by choice. When it favors you, you claim Igbo. When you are in danger, you say, no, I'm not. Just like Peter did to Jesus. Oh, look at this man. He is part of Jesus. He said, no, I know him not. The second one, who are you talking about? So you denied Igbo when we needed you most. Now you want to.
But he regretted it. He was crying. Maybe they are crying now.
See?
Some of them.
That's what we call crocodile tears. Honestly. Because you are not supposed to cry, say the truth as it is, and face the consequences.
So it's
just like some people
are you calling these individuals cowards?
Who died many times before their death? Let me complete this.
Right. I mean, your standpoint is quite clear,
yes.
And it's you seem to be giving me that impression that you want to continue to push some of these ideals. Are you going to continue to push these ideals now in his absence? What are you going to continue to push for now that he's no longer with us? Equity. What about the states and
Justice.
The rest of them?
State creation.
Right.
I'm not in the National Assembly. It's a National Assembly creation. However, we have our own roles to play at the National Assembly. As state assemblies, we have signed all the documents and we keep on pushing. Financially, we also make contributions. So there are a lot to be done in making it a reality. However, Okey Ezea, remain in Labour Party. Don't ask that question. Why?
Yeah, but I'm coming to that now.
Okay.
What was it like for him being the only one left? I mean, did he confide in you about any pressures? Was it difficult for him to have his voice heard? I mean, and judging by your experience, how would you rate it?
No, he remained where he... Okey Ezea, in 2007, was like a founding father of Labour Party. He contested the election, governorship election on that platform. So you can see the attachment to the Labour Party. And then when it came to 2013, when the APC, so he joined, it was like a coalition. So staying, not just because he had attachment to Labour Party, the people who voted for him because they trusted him to remain where he is in Labour Party. So moving away from that party that brought him to power to another party is akin to a food is ready politician.
So what do you have to say to those who
Me too. I'm not going anywhere.
You've made it clear. I've seen interviews you've granted to the press. You've maintained your stand, right?
Yes.
So those people who have defected, what does it say about them, especially those at the national level and of course the
Your guess is as good as mine.
Are you concerned about come 2027, the influence of the APC, as everybody states that all the institutions are in their pockets, that maybe after the free and fair election, if there will be a conversation of the judiciary deciding?
You see, what I don't like doing is talking as if I'm God. We're talking about 2027. If anybody told me that Okey Ezea would not be alive till the end of this year, by August, I would have stoned that person to death. I didn't see it coming. When we go to the river, when we go to the bridge, we cross it. As it is, let us talk about governance. I have always told people, this overdwelling on 2027 is a distraction.
well, you politicians brought it to the front burner. They left governance and focused on politics.
It's absurd.
You know,
It's
politics is during election campaign and all that. But when it's done, we have to just leave it and focus on governance. But instead of governance, all we're hearing about is 2027. So you have to, have the conversation.
Wow.
I'm concerned too. Enugu State is APC. Are you concerned about that too?
I am. I am. I don't see the justification for their movement. However, the law has it that you are free to join any political party.
Yes.
But it's either you are leaving your party to join APC because you are afraid you have not performed well to have the people vote for you again. Or you are looking for a platform where you'll be rigged in during the elections.
But the latter is always the case.
Well, until we get to the bridge.
Okay, so since we're, I was going to ask a question, but I'm going to shy away from that question.
Don't shy away. Just
I want to speak. I want to focus on Ezea. So when we're done with Ezea, we'll now talk about it. Immortalization. He is no more, but they say it's a legacy you leave behind, right? In your view, do you think that Senator Okey Ezea should be immortalized, and how?
Yeah, immortalization is key in whatever we do, especially when those things are positive. You can't give Okey Ezea a physical immortalization other than trying to key into Ezeaism. Ezeaism, which I coined yesterday, is a study of the ideology and philosophy of Senator Okey Ezea. And so those things, he held high in his chest, trying to do those things. That's the highest immortalization you can do. It's not about building his structure or setting endowment fund or those things he was crying for. Justice, fair play, equity. In your own little corner where you operate, make sure you carry it on.
He spoke a lot about security. He really decried a lot of these attacks, particularly by herdsmen.
Yes.
And now this is a time in Nigeria where we're dealing with rising insecurity. Some say escalating insecurity to even beat the drums harder, right? What do you think Ezea would have wanted? How do you think he would have wanted this insecurity to be quelled in the country?
It's not about even what he wanted to happen. It's about getting those who are in leadership, because if you look at insecurity, the way it is going, those in leadership authority are involved. You can imagine when a minister tells you that no bomb can hit the place where the forest where the bandits are. And then it makes me look stupid when a serving federal minister is telling you that you can't attack the bandits in the forest because your bomb will not get there. That tells you how bad the situation is.
What's your reaction to the state of insecurity in Nigeria? What's your take? And we saw a lot of, over the week, we've been seeing a lot of lawmakers speaking about it. Yes. Even at the Senate, we have those that are really, heated engagements. We even have some bold lawmakers, of course, also calling and speaking about the Nnamdi Kanu situation. So let's get your holistic assessment first.
One, to curb insecurity, you have to bring in the locals. You see, the police has so been bastardized that nobody wants to take a risk for the people. A policeman pursuing armed robbers, he will be killed, and nothing will be done by government. And he'll tell you, I would rather stay alive than go and lose my life. In the process of my wife trying to get my entitlement, she will be impregnated by somebody else, just because she was looking for the entitlement of the late husband who died in active service. And so what I'm saying is that it is time for us to begin to think inward, raising men within Enugu State to make sure that this spate of kidnappings stop.
What's your assessment of the state of security in Enugu State? Should any direct initiatives be targeted in this direction?
Yeah, I think the government is doing much in bringing it down to the lowest level. At least once in a while we hear. It was no longer rampant as it used to be. But much has to be done. I admire the governor's installation of cameras statewide, capturing the movement of people in the. So there's a center in the government house where you can view the landscape of Enugu State, and you can see people moving from one part of the bush to the other. So that's kudos. But how do we respond to that? You must bring the locals in. I told them, those who are the forest guards, like a Soka local government, you bring them and pay them well, fortify them, give them arms, let them go to the bush and flush out those bandits. It is doable. It is doable.
All right.
Are we done?
Go ahead.
Is it something that could have been done earlier than now, declaring state of emergency on security in Nigeria? Not fully well, we're having this conversation of state policing since last year, and somehow it missed in the conversation. But the president brought it up right now, and yes, telling the lawmakers to make sure that this is, put on the front burner.
Yeah, apart from state police, there were a lot of things the federal government would have done earlier. When President Jonathan was telling that if there are some bandits that sponsors in my government, that was a red flag. That was in 2013, 2014. We have bandits sponsors in my government.
But they had the names, they didn't release it.
Thank you. Then it becomes the issue of political will. You and I know.
And they also call it...
Take instance of KB State.
All right. So at the risk of getting, segueing from the main subject, I would like you to share if has there been any headway with the funeral arrangements so far? Is there anything we should know? Anything?
Yes. The family is still meeting. They are recovering from the shock, and sooner than later, they will make statement to that effect. But there's an unwritten law in the community that they don't bury their people during the Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
So we are looking, but I am not trying to close to preempt what they're going to come out with. But very soon they'll come out with a statement and showing everybody when he'll be interred. Yes.
Speaking about possible replacements, at the risk of being too early in that conversation, some people will be wondering who would go there. Right? If you were to suggest someone, as from your standpoint, because I know it was a struggle getting you to come, and I might not be able to have you say this again. So I need to ask you now. You shared similar ideals with him.
Yes.
As much as we feel the emotional weight, the pain, it is sensitive. If you were to suggest, what do you think should be the ideals of whomever would go and be able to represent this constituency? And if you may so even progress to tell us who you think should do that would have similar ideals.
Why don't you pay me that? Let me finish mourning him.
Yes, I understand. I understand you're mourning him, but then what are the ideals?
I still don't believe within me that Okey Ezea is not dead yet. So until he's lowered into the grave, it will now dawn on me that he has gone.
Okay,
kindly give me that.
All right.
Lastly, if you had to summarize Honorable Okey Ezea to the future generation in one sentence, what would that be?
Okey Ezea was a phenomenon worthy of emulation. Phenomenon. He is gargantuan. Like the governor said, you can take anything away from Okey Ezea. But in business, in politics, there is no ambiguity to where he belongs. Praise the Lord.
All right, a great way to end. Thank you so much for making our time to be with us today. We'll watch and see where all this leads. And of course, Afia TV family commiserates with, of course, the members of the Senate, his family, his colleagues, and all those who are grieving the loss of this giant that has now gone to rest in the bosom of the Almighty, if we can say that. We'll go on a quick break now. When the morning show returns, we'll be going more into security situations and looking at the remarks by the Enugu ADC. How are they reacting to the rising insecurity in Nigeria? We'll turn our attention to that when we come back. Stay tuned.